Hello guys and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series. Today we'll be playing with MrZorke. And MrZorke is driving the tank that is regarded as one of the best tanks at tier 9, the T-54. And with MrZorke is me driving the Su-122-54 tank destroyer. So the map, as you can see, is cliff, and what we like to do on this map is, if the enemies don't have any medium tanks that can contest the middle of the map and climbing on the middle of the map, we like to push in and be aggressive here, try to spot the enemies that are closing on the left side of the map and kill them. So I'm taking the tank destroyer position on the D1 and I will be providing support fire for MrZorke. And as soon as this IS-3 rolled up, he got tracked and shot multiple times by the tank destroyers that are camping behind. So this is why this position is excellent. So everything that contests this position are the IS-3, T-44, and the SP-1C. And their positioning really is bad here, because they will be shot by all of the tank destroyers on the D1 and one heavy tank, the WZ-111 on the D1. And all of these tanks are going to get reduced to low amount of HP. They really need to get back and stay away from here. As you can see, we are already leading 2 kills to 0, and the enemies didn't even get to their position on the middle. So MrZorke is trying to spot more enemies for the tank destroyers that are camping back, but it looks like there is only one Rheinmetall Borsig here, which is very well behind cover and cannot be shot at. And MrZorke spots the ISU-152 as well. He is going to try and put a shot in ISU. Excellent shot there. The ISU is not spotted anymore and MrZorke is going for a blind shot, but he fires at the hill in front of him. But it is always good to go for the blind shot. So it looks like the enemies are backing off this position and are not going to push anymore. The T-44 is way behind cover, and the ISU and Radley-Walter Borsig are really providing good cover to the middle of the map where MrZorke is, so we don't want to get shot and we don't want to push that position anymore. This would be a good time to relocate. So MrZorke is going to the middle to fight against the Centurion 7 and the Super Pershing that are really dominating here, and this T-44 cannot play alone against these tanks. So I'm also going to push with MrZorke to the middle of the map, because basically there is nothing to shoot down there. All of the enemies are in hard cover and I like to play my tank destroyer very aggressively. So I'll be pushing up and trying to help on these mediums, but a really bad play there by me, because I completely forget about the RT and basically get shot and reduced to 1 shot. So the positioning where MrZorke is pretty good against artillery, because he has some hard cover to his right side, and basically the artillery will have hard time hitting him. As you can see, the artillery did a great job on the T-44 and on me as well, and if I didn't back out, I would be probably dead there. So the heavy tanks on the enemy team are pushing around the hill on the right side of the map, and if we want to win this game, we will have to do something about these mediums first and then turn our attention to the advancing heavy tanks. And this has to be done immediately. Unfortunately, MrZorke is not able to penetrate this Centurion 7-1, as he is excellent at hull downs, and aiming at the cupola of the Centurion 7-1 is really hard to penetrate. The best bet for us is to take some flanking shots on them. So I take a big risk and try and go around and kill the Super Pershing and Centurion 7-1. I do manage to kill the Super Pershing, but Centurion 7-1 only takes 1 hit for me and he high rolls and kills me. That was kinda unfortunate for me, and I am leaving MrZorke to fight alone against the advancing tier 9 heavies. So positioning where MrZorke is excellent. if he doesn't get spotted. If he gets spotted, he will be in serious trouble because the artillery will have his back. But nevertheless, excellent shooting by MrZorke, and he takes out the first tier 9 tank. And he puts an excellent shot in the ST-1. He is constantly thinking about the artillery, that's why he rocks his tank back and forth, but he really doesn't want to leave this position as there are more enemies to shoot. And he overstays his welcome and takes one shot from the enemy artillery. And also Cheery is putting great shots in the T-54. Very interesting how a tier 7 medium tank can penetrate this beast in tier 9, but there you see. So excellent shot by MrZorke, takes out the IS, and he is now facing the Cheery and the ST-1. He is using bush mechanics to take this Cheery out cleanly and also to remain unspotted while shooting. Now you can see him reloading a hit round for the STI, as it's the last threat on the enemy team for MrZorke. And he contests his STI and kills it. Excellent gameplay in there. And as soon as he finished the big heavy tank, he goes around some hard cover not to get shot by artillery again. So in this desperate situation that MrZorke was, he was able to turn around the game, kill 2 tier 9 tanks, the IS and the Cheery. And it was all done in nick of time. As soon as he finished the medium tanks on the middle, he turned around and deal with the advancing enemies. So he's left now against the T-54 and the ISU-152. Those were the 2 tanks that we spot on the beginning of the match. And the best bet how you can deal with these tanks is to flank them from the J4, J5, J6 position on the map. So I didn't talk much about this tank. The T-54 is regarded to be one of the best tier 9 tanks. It has an excellent mobility, the turret is great, the hull armor is not that bad, it can bounce some shots quite easily. But one thing that separates the T-54 from the other tanks is the gun. Actually, it's the choice of 2 guns. You have the more accurate with lower penetration, 102 I believe the penetration on the gun and 320 damage, and the bigger gun of 216 penetration and 320 damage. But the second gun has a bit worse accuracy. And both of these guns have excellent reload time, and that reload really makes them dangerous. So the ISU tries to contest the 2 tank destroyers that were left on 1 and 2 lines, but he gets spotted and got shot by MrZorke and by Radley-Walter Wilson, and he is dead now. So this map is coming to its close. MrZorke is pushing on the T-44. While he is moving, he spots 2 artillery, but he is ignoring them for now because T-44 is the bigger threat. And the artillery is only one that's left now. We can see that MrZorke fired almost all of his AP rounds and a couple of hit rounds to kill the STI. So artillery takes a pop at him. That's one of them fired, and here are the second 2. The AMX-13 F3 also fired, but he wasn't able to shoot at MrZorke. The M12 also fired now, and this is a walk in a park to finish this beautiful game. MrZorke takes this guy out for the 8th kill, and all it's left to do is kill the Lorraine, but the Rheinmetall claims the kill. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. We can see that MrZorke had an excellent game and scored lots of medals like Spotter, Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, a Radley-Walter's medal for killing 8 tanks, Spartan, Patrol Duty, Steel Wall, High Caliber, and a Top Gun medal, and of course a Master Badge Ace Tanker. On the team score sheet we can see that MrZorke finished first with 1789 experience, killing 8 tanks and doing 5285 damage in this monster game. On the detailed report we can see that he fired 87 shots, of which 25 hit the target and only 20 penetrated. Although he fired a couple of gold shells, he was able to finish the game with profit of 1100 silver. A very nice match for MrZorke. Thank you all for watching. If you didn't like the video, drop a dislike or leave a comment how I can improve the channel. And if you liked the video, hit the like button, share and subscribe for more content, as it really helps me out a lot. And also don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Google+, to get the new content first, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And if you're wondering what to watch next, hit the little I button in the top right corner and it will lead you to another video. See you guys next time.